Hi, this is London's Best Parks.
No. That's my job. Hello and welcome to London's Best Parks. Go away. Today I'm in South London and the local time, it's about 3 o'clock and we've been in lockdown for about 15 years. I've come to explore Dulwich Park, which is one of my favourite parks in South London, to show you around and show you what makes it so special. I'm also going to have a chat with some people who work really hard to keep it looking so wonderful. So sit back, relax, and welcome to London's Best Parks. Dulwich is an affluent village-like area in South London full of indie boutiques, quirky cafes and a school that looks like Hogwarts. It is also the furthest point in South London from any fried chicken shops. Whilst preparing for today, we did some research online and it turns out opinions on Dulwich Park are somewhat split. There are those who believe it to be stylish. There are those who consider it posh. And of course, there are those who consider it to be some sort of weird hybrid between the two. We're going to try to find out which it is for you, but it's probably going to be some sort of combination that offends nobody. So this tree up above me is called a boundary oak. And that dates back to before the park opened in 1890, when this whole area used to be farmland and meadows. These boundary oaks were used to mark the divides between various farms. They're literally hundreds of years old, which is older than most humans.
We just got a tip from a very nice lady who said that if we have some sunflower seeds and we stand close to the fence, you can actually feed some robins who fly around here. And so we're just gonna try that out and see if that works.
And now Peter is going to meet Emily from Dulwich Park Friends to learn more about the history of the park. And in the meantime, I'm just going to explore and get some more footage.
Here we are at the American Garden. It was planted in the original design with rhododendrons and silver birches and still remains today. In the time it was so famous that Queen Mary used to visit every year in her carriage, and we still have the original carriageway going all around the park. So we're beside the cafe. It's an original building. The cafe is run by Kalichis, who also operate lots of cafes in London, in the royal parks. I highly recommend their pizzas and their coffee here.
So yeah, we chose a very cold day to come to Dulwich Park, but it still looks lovely and it's nice and quiet, which is good. The coffee shop over there is advertising ice creams, and I think you'd have to be pretty brave or foolhardy to get one today. Instead, we've got a nice coffee. Well, Jenny's got a coffee. I don't really like coffee. And Jenny has a pretty amazing fact about this coffee.
This is my first coffee from a coffee shop in about a year.
A year?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
The world ended.
One of my earliest memories of Dulwich Park is coming here as a child in the summer to go on the pedalo boats. However, I was quite a lazy child, and after about 5-10 minutes I would get bored of pedaling, leaving the boat to go round and round in endless circles. I was hoping to do a dramatic reconstruction of it today, but it's actually closed. So instead, here is what I can only describe as a poor artist's depiction.
Hello and welcome to the bird edition of Come Dine with me. On today's menu we have a starter. Did you pause? No. A starter of bird seeds. We have some sunflower hearts here, and we're going to give them to mainly the ducks and the geese, but this pigeon wants some too. Okay, let's move on to our main course, which today is a delicious mixture of peas and sweet corn. Okay, let's see if they like it. Okay, so the ducks and the geese tell me that the score for the main course today is 8 out of 10. As our dessert, we are offering some oats, steel cut oats. So let's see. Oh yeah, they love the dessert. What do you think, pigeon? Not as popular with pigeons. Oh yes, I would say oats are by far the most popular dish on today's menu. And
I would go as far as to say they're outstanding.
thank you.
Dulwich Park got a full makeover in 2007 in the form of a heritage lottery restoration, which painstakingly returned the park to its Victorian glory days. Every aspect was double-checked, even the colour of paint on the railings.
As part of it, the lake was completely drained to improve the water quality. The fish were rehomed and removed, and yet there are fish in the lake today. Some folks believed that they came from local private aquariums and were chucked in one day when the owners got bored. Others say it was magic, and I like magic, so I'm gonna go with the second option.
So this is one of my favourite parts of the park, is the lake, especially this boardwalk area. I used to come here almost every morning, especially around the breeding season, just to see if there's any new ducklings, especially as the reed beds behind made a fantastic bedding area for nests, especially for coots and moorhens. We've had some really great little additions to our lake.
So yeah, Natalie, you've spent a lot of time with the plants and the flowers of Dulwich Park. What's your favourite one?
My favourite one is this one. It's the Wollemi pine. It's my favourite because it's a very endangered species of tree. You find it very rarely within parks. When they last saw it and they thought it was extinct, they only saw it within fossilised remains of dinosaurs. But then they found it in a very remote valley in Australia, and now sometimes you can find them in parks. Often you find them surrounded by a big cage to keep them protected, but this is one of the only parks I know that doesn't have it in a cage. So it's nice to see it in its full glory, really.
Squirrel interaction, oh yeah. Now we have purchased something to try out today, and it is small and it vibrates. It is of course a drone camera. So hopefully the next footage you see will be Dulwich Park from the sky looking magnificent. However, if it does not work, we need to fill that space with something, and Jenny has told me that it will be me drinking a cup of tea, coffee mixed together. I really hope it works.
I Made you a cup of tea?
Oh,
Is it good?
that's bad. What is it?
It's the special tea and coffee mixture.
It's actually quite nice.
Yes, that wasn't really a successful attempt. So the drone flew into the bowling green, and a very friendly gentleman who works here called Roger went to get it for me. So thanks, Roger, you are a legend. But I think we'll have to go home and practice, won't we, Jen? There's so much to love about Dulwich Park. I think the thing that really astounds me is how quiet it is, how relaxing it is, how peaceful it is. You can just sit here and listen to the sounds of nature unspoiled. And this space that I'm in is really lovely too. And in the summer, there's going to be azaleas and rhododendrons, and it's just going to be so colorful and beautiful. I just can't wait to come back. But for now, I'm going to remain sitting here on this tree stump and try to convince the locals that I am a leprechaun. Top of the morning to you. Right guys, that's the end of our trip around Dulwich Park for today. Really hope you enjoyed it. Jenny, did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I had a wonderful time.
What was your favorite bit?
I loved feeding all the squirrels and the ducks and geese and seagulls and pigeons.
Jenny can name birds, guys. She can name
And squirrels.
birds. And squirrels aren't birds. Right guys, so next week we're going to see if you can work that one out, and we'll see you next time. In the meantime, what should they do?
Like, subscribe.
That's right, and we're talking to you. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time. We've been Tanuki Twist.
Apparently people have been saying that Peter is not a very convincing leprechaun because he doesn't sound Irish enough. So he has been trying to remedy that by doing some Irish dancing.
Jesus, very good. It's quite. Sure, it's correct. It's correct. No, together.
Thank you, Peter.